Right, hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm back with another match preview. This time it's Swansea City versus Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup third round at the Swansea.com Stadium. This Wednesday night, 8 p.m. kickoff at the Swansea.com Stadium. So yeah, it's going to be a very tough game, obviously, against Premier League opposition. But, they've just appointed Ange Postecoglou as their manager. He lost in his opening game against his ex-rivals Arsenal 3-0. So he'll be wanting to get a win in this and get his first win as Nottingham Forest manager. I know he's probably not going to see it as one of the bigger games this season, but it is still a big game in his eyes. As I said, they want to get their first win under him, and he'll definitely want to get his first win as the Forest manager. From our point of view, I think it'll be a real test to show where we're at this season. I'm not expecting us to go and beat them 3-4-0, but if we can get a 1-0 win or send it to extra time or penalties, then I think that puts out a good statement of where we're at. It's going to be a tough challenge. Obviously, it is because they're Premier League opposition. We're going to be massively underdogs going into the game, but as I said, it would be a really good challenge to see where we're at this season. And we have given Premier League teams run for their money in the cup competitions. Of recent years. That one against Bournemouth. I think it was under Luke Williams. And then also the one under Graham Potter against Man City, most notable one, where we, very narrowly lost that game, to be honest. We probably deserved to win that game if it wasn't for the officiating. But yeah, that was a bit frustrating. But going on to the injury news for both sides, we're starting off with the Swans. The first one is Ricardo Santos, who won't be available for this one. Also, Jay Fulton as well, he'll be unavailable. And the third one, well, there's a bit of uncertainty over Marko Stamenic. Obviously, didn't feature against Hull on the weekend. We did actually buy him from Nottingham Forest. So, it would be a bit of a shame if he can't play against his former club. I know he didn't make any appearances there, but maybe in his eyes he wants to try and prove that the Forest owners and the people higher up at the club there, maybe it was a mistake getting rid of him. But there's uncertainty around him. And then in terms of the Forest injury news then, so firstly, there's uncertainty around Taiwo Awoniyi. I don't know if he's going to be playing this game or not. And then they've also got Ola Aina as well, their fullback, who is out injured. A real shame for them because he's been a good player for them last season. And that's it for their injury news anyway. But yeah, going on to the key players for both sides. So if there's any Nottingham Forest fans watching this, I think these are the players you've got to look out for. Firstly, I'm going to go with Ethan Galbraith. He's been our best player this season for me. Absolutely excellent. Puts in a really good shift every single week. Absolutely tremendous player in the midfield. I think it's an absolute steal how much we got him for. I'm going to go with him. Second one, I'll go with Ronald. I think he's been excellent for us. He's starting to really improve on his end product, both putting balls in the box and getting goals himself. He's up to 4 now for the season. So yeah, I'll go with Ronald. And the third player I'm going to go with Zan Vopotnik. That's 4 goals in 4 games for the Swans and 5 goals in 5 games if you include his time with Slovenia. So he's been absolutely excellent. Vopotnik has. So I'd have to go with him as a key player. Moving on to Forest's key players then, there's so much to choose from being, strong Premier League opposition, but these are the ones I'm going to go with. So the first one I'm going to go with is Chris Wood. He's 33 years old now and he's still producing moments, a lot of moments in the Premier League, and he did last season and he started off well this season too. Just a goal scorer. I think if he plays in any team, he'd score goals, just like we've seen at Newcastle as well. Firstly, I'll go with him. The second one I'm going to go with is Morgan Gibbs-White, ex-Swans player. He kind of orchestrates that midfield. Although he does sit a bit further ahead, he's such a crucial part, such a creator, a very good player. So I'll go with him. And the third one I'm going to go with is more of a deeper midfielder, Elliot Anderson. Obviously, he got called up for England and made his first few caps for them, and I heard he did excellent. I didn't manage to watch the games, but from what I've seen of him anyway for Forest, I think he's been excellent, and obviously topping it off by performing well for England as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go with him. There's so many different players I could have gone with. Obviously, they got Nico Williams from Wales as well, Murillo, Milenkovic, Sells. Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, they've just got bags of quality, so I could have named anyone, but yeah, those are the three players I'm going to go with. And then in terms of the team lineup, I'm going to go with, I think, normally it's nice to see a bit of rotation in the cup competitions, but I think we should put a strong team out, and I'm going to give two reasons for that. One, because obviously it's Premier League opposition, and another one, although we are playing midweek in between two, weekend games, we have also had an international break, not long ago. So, I don't think there'll be any worries fitness wise. I hope not anyway. But I think the international break would have done us good in that sense. So, yeah, I'd like to see us put out a strong side. So for me, I'm going to go with Vigouroux in goal. Right back, I'm going to go with Josh Key. Left back, Josh Tyman. Two centre backs, I'll go with Ben Cabango, and I'll go with Cameron Burgess. In midfield, I'll go with Malik Yalkoué. I'll go with Ethan Galbraith, and I will go with Franco. On the wings, I'm going to go with Ronald, and I'm going to go with Zidane Nanusa. And up front, I'm going to go with Vipotnik. So I think that pretty much is unchanged. Uh, I wouldn't be disappointed at all if I seen Benson or Ida or Samuel Smith playing. So yeah, as long as we put out a strong side, which I think we've got a lot of squad depth this season. So I think whatever side we put out will be a strong and capable side. But that's the lineup I'm going to go with. Finally, on to a score prediction. I always like to back us. I might be being a bit delusional, but yeah, I always like to back us. I'm going to say Swansea City 1, Nottingham Forest 1. And I'm going to back us to win on penalties. I'm going to say Gibbs White to score for Forest. Ex-Swans player is always going to happen. You've seen that with McBurney on the weekend. And to get the goal for the Swans, I'll go with Zan Vipotnik again. He's on fire. But yeah, once again, a massive thanks for watching this. I'll be back tomorrow with my matchday vlog, so stay tuned and thanks for watching.